So I just want to welcome everybody to the 2024 North Dakota Transportation Conference. This conference theme is Moving North Dakota Forward, and that's exactly what every person in this room does. Your individual efforts collectively make up a force that is propelling North Dakota forward into the future. Good morning, my name is Chad Orn, and I'm the Deputy Director for Planning at the North Dakota Department of Transportation. Kicking us off today is a man who needs no introduction. However, I thought I would still say a few things about him. He has worked at the DOT for over 33 years. He grew up in Hanover, North Dakota, a native of North Dakota he is, and he's a proud graduate of NDSU twice, and has been the DOT Director since October of 2022. Please help me welcome to the stage the North Dakota Department of Transportation Director, Mr. Ron Henke.
Well, thanks, Chad, and good morning. And welcome to our third transportation conference. It's great to see so many of you here being involved in transportation as long as I've had been. You see a lot of changes, and we've had a lot of changes in North Dakota. Remember back, there used to be the highway department, and then we broadened our focus, and now we're the transportation department. And then we tweaked that a little bit, right? We were really worried about cars and trucks and how to move them. And then we added mobility, right? And we looked at ways to move pedestrians better, transit providers. We even got shared use paths, right? Where bikes and people can walk on. So there's been a lot of changes, right? Well, we've tweaked it a little bit further. Now we're focusing on an interconnected transportation system, right? We keep changing things to try to make improvements for the people that drive the roads, people that want to walk on the paths, people that want to ride e-bikes. Now we got electric vehicles, electric trucks, moving away from gas and diesel. I mean, there's just been a lot of changes, right? So there's a couple of areas that I want to share a few words off before we get going with our keynote speaker. And I think the first one I'd like to start off with is, with those changes, even the department has moved things forward differently. So this last legislative session, we focused on interconnection because we at the DOT used to just be a state highway agency. That's all we worked on, that's all we focused on. We added a flex fund. If you haven't heard about it, it's a fund that got passed by the legislators. We were focusing on getting off of the state highway system so we could help our other local partners, our counties, our cities, our townships, our transit providers, anybody who dealt with a road or bridge. And we got $222.5 million in that fund. Our goal was to help you fund projects if you're a local government agency, help you match federal dollars if you got grants, because our highway bill has changed from formula funding to a lot of discretionary grants that you can apply for. And this last December, we actually put out a notice to ask for application on that flex fund. Of course, you know, it's asking for money. We knew when we were talking in front of the legislators, it'd probably be a blessing and a curse at the same time. Well, we got 259 applications for that money. We got $222.5 million to spend. We got asked for $432 million from our local government agencies, which would fund almost $800 million, 765, something like that, in projects for people to use. So we had criteria. We're scoring those applications now. We're going to select the projects, which isn't going to be fun because you don't get to give everybody money, right? So there's going to be winners and losers. The great thing is the flex fund continues. It's a continued fund that'll at least be at about 170 to 175 million every biennium. So it's going to keep being there for us to use for a long time. We are committed in trying to build a interconnected transportation system, whether they want to drive on a county road, a township road, a city road, wherever the people are driving, that's where we want to help them move. That's why we are focusing and trying to get off the state highway system to help everybody else. So you're going to see those things come out pretty soon. The selection, probably by the end of March, we'll have that out, and hopefully one of you or a group of you will get awards so you can build a project. The other message I wanted to send today is, as you enjoy this conference, because we had a lot of people spend a lot of time, we have had a lot of sponsors help us out. We got Upper Great Plains as a partner on this thing to help us put it together. Take time to make a relationship, build a partnership, because that's one of the themes of the conference. Whether it's with a consultant, a city official, a contractor, maybe there's legislators here, whatever it may be, try to build a partnership, meet somebody new, because that's the way we do our best work, is with a partnership, because we know at the state we can't do it by ourselves. We need everybody in this room, and there's a whole lot of you, to build a transportation system for North Dakota. The other thing I wanted to focus on was safety. You know, safety's been the DOT's #1 priority for a long, long time, right? With that, we've made changes. We're doubling down on our work zone stuff. We're doubling down on our messaging on work zones. We're trying to make sure everybody in that work zone gets home safe at night. We've added new innovations. If you've driven through some of our work zones last year, I believe most of them we started small with our maintenance work zones. We had a product called an iCone. It ties in with the Waze navigation system. So when you get in a range, it'll ping your navigation system to let you know that something is changing, right? We're trying to do our best to make our work zones as safe as we possibly can. You know, I was watching TV the other night, and I found out that in North Dakota, 35% of the work zone injuries in work is in transportation. That's a pretty high number. So with Vision Zero, you know, we're trying to get to zero. It's a lofty, lofty goal, but we know we need to get there, because if we can save one life, it might be that person that makes the difference in North Dakota. So as we're going to do an exercise, right? And I know I got a bunch of engineers in the room, and the engineers, we don't like to participate in a lot of stuff, but this is a participation one, right? So Chad said, if you got a yellow dot on your badge, please stand. Look around the room. That represents the 478 individuals who was in a motor vehicle crash with a serious injury. Quite a few, huh? You can sit. Now, if you have a red dot, you're going to get your exercise today. Please stand. These are the 106 people that lost their lives on North Dakota roads this last year. Look around. It's probably some of you sitting at a table with each other. Now, if you also have a green dot with that red dot, stay standing. If you don't have a green dot, you can sit. These are the 77 people that died because they had access to a seatbelt. Some were wearing them, some weren't. So if you have a blue dot, stay standing. These are the 38 people that lost their lives because they had access to a seatbelt and they chose not to put it on. You can all sit down now. That is why the DOT, along with its Vision Zero partners, have been working for years to get a primary seatbelt law, and we got that passed this year. So August 1st, you're required to wear a seatbelt if you're in that vehicle. Our goal is that lofty goal. We're going to get to zero. I believe we can. We have a broad range of ideas that we can use to try to get to zero. Roundabouts are one, wearing seatbelts are one, get rid of distracted driving, eye cones are technology to warn people. We can get to zero, but we just got to work together to get there. I would like to take a moment just to thank all our sponsors, thank Upper Great Plains Transportation Institute, and we had a couple of committees that work close with Upper Great Plains to put this whole venue together. It takes a lot of people, a lot of time, a lot of effort to put something together for over 800 people that are attending this conference. Last, before I leave the stage, I'm going to leave on a warning, okay? I got asked to share with you, if you parked in the sidelines parking lot, it is a private parking lot, and they will tow you. So you might want, now this is serious, so you might want to consider moving if you parked in that parking lot. I was here last weekend, WDA was here. They were towing people all over the place because we were triple parked all over the place because it was so crowded. Thank you, enjoy the conference, get the most out of it. It's very important that we work together to solve the transportation issues in North Dakota. Thanks.